Hi, my name is Hafiz Fauzi, and my role in the team was developing the gameplay system and making sure the VR experience feels smooth and interactive. I focus on turning our concept into mechanics that players can actually experience inside the game. We developed the game HANEQO NEXEN'30 using Unreal Engine 5.5 and the built-in VR framework. My work involved implementing player controls, object interaction, game logic, and the system that connects all the gameplay elements together. One of the most important aspects of VR development is creating interaction that feel natural. Instead of simply pressing key on keyboards, players use hand movement and motion controllers to interact with the environment. Because of that, I spend a lot of time designing and testing mechanics to ensure action feels responsive and intuitive. Besides that, I also work on the core gameplay flow, making sure the players can progress through challenge smoothly. This includes handling interaction, triggers, game events, and feedback system that help guide players through the experience. Another challenge was balancing immersion with usability. In VR, mechanics need to be realistic enough to feel engaging, but simple enough for players to understand quickly. We continuously test and refine interaction to make the experience enjoyable and accessible. Throughout the development, I focus on making sure every features work reliably and contribute to a seamless gameplay experience. The goal was to create a game that is not only functional, but also engaging and immersive for players. As with most programming projects, a lot of development involves testing, debugging, and improving system. Every issue we solve helps make the final experience more stable and enjoyable for players.
So my job is to design all the scenes inside the game. So basically the lobby, the 4 different rooms, which is the 4 mini games based on UTM-SN 4 pillars, are all designed by me. So right now we've got 3 of our 4 mini games built. So there's the eco sorting race, which is recycling facilities where the players sort waste into the bins before it overflows. And there's also the landmark rebuild, where players piece together all the shattered Malaysian landmarks like the Petronas Twin Towers and also Masjid Putra. And then there's object assembly. So that one used to be drawn. We were planning to do drawn, but we changed it to NEXEN' 2030 logo itself. So it floating in a zero gravity, and it snapped together piece by piece by the players. So each space needed its own visual identity. So the lobby is dark, gunmetal with the cyan, a little bit of amber lighting. So there's so that's basically the theme for the design. That's the constant theme for the design. So the player always return. So each mini games get their own colors. You can see, but the aesthetics still remain the same. So a lot of work was in the small details. So how the piece glows when it's correct, and also how it bounces away when it's wrong. And making sure the floating zero gravity objects still feel grounded enough for players to reach and grab comfortably in VR.
My job was figuring out what the game actually is, the rules, the flow, the story, and making sure all of it ties back to UTM-SN 2030. The core idea is that 2 players have to prove themselves across 4 pillars: education and talent, research and innovation, sustainability and community, and national contribution. Before they are considered ready, each pillar becomes a mini games with its own mechanic that actually reflects what that pillar means. Beyond design, I handle a lot of the content side too, writing and maintaining the game design document, shaping the narrative, and putting together our trailer and promotional edits. Design isn't just the mechanics on paper, it's making sure everything we show the world actually represents the game that we're building.